It's 2:45 in Australia, which is pretty early for me to do a stream. I've been busily doing my normal run of things, which is quite substantial because every time you do a bit of an opal, every time you do an opal cut, it makes a giant mess. Got to clean up said giant mess, and then you've got to get everything going again. And I have I'm not going to show you half of this setup. It's pretty shameful, to be frank. But yeah, I've got it all running. Got a drill here. Going to move that away. That's a long story coming in its own right. But having said all of that, got a whole stack of new opal to show you. I'll just quickly go into this bucket so you can see. That is fossil opal that I have been able to identify. Yeah, what I'm getting here at the moment, just trying out an idea really. This is my wax. Leg wax if you must know. And here's some more leg wax in case you didn't believe me. You probably do believe me. Here it is. Yay. The reason why I'm doing this, fairly simple. That is what I use for my doping. Now, hopefully, I haven't. Ah, yes. Excellent. Sorry, Max and Loki, but I'm going to be borrowing these obedience sticks. Do you want a quick scratch with one? Quick scratch? All right, quick scratch we do. Now, guys, this is going to be mostly opal, but here, scratchy poos. You liking that, Max? For the first time, as far as I know, in history, I have cleaned out a bird's ear on a live stream with an earbud, which is one of these bad boys. But at any rate, we are not doing birds today. Well, we will be later on, but opal is the deal. Right. Oop, flip over. Here is the opal setup. Kabang. There it goes. So, what have I got? I have got, well, I've got opal, obviously. A lot of opal. Where did I put it? I think I left it in. I've got these sticks. Now, the reason why I've got these sticks is, and the opal, and everything else, this jar full of wax. Basically, I've got this thing, which I'm going to set to extremely low. That's just a tin melter, basically. So if you want to melt lead or tin, you can use that. And my thought is, if I just tip a whole stack of these wax beads in, maybe, just maybe, it will be able to melt them instead. So I'm just getting a handful, maybe, just a test amount. I'm going to stick that in, and I will tell you, or possibly even show you, as the day progresses, how well this is actually going for us. So anyway, just getting a whole heap of things which are not particularly wax-like out of here. That's not wax, that's not wax. That is wax, that's not wax. Okay, most of the rest of that is wax. That is silver. Last time I checked, silver wasn't a wax. Okay, so, I mean, who knows, I could be wrong. What do I know about jewellery? I'm a scientician. So, there we go. That'll do. Pop that into the old thingamy-bob. Turn it down to very, very not tin. And, right. So, here's an exciting piece of seam opal. And I got this a little while ago, and I've just haven't had the time to actually cut it because I've just had so much stuff. And over here, just so that you can see it, is my new supply of opal. I will only very quickly go through and get some from here because we've got so much stuff to do. I have so much opal over there already. I don't really need to pick out a new piece, but I'll just chuck a few in. And the sun's coming out as well. That's why I'm kind of happy about it. Whoop, what's that? I'll point it over in that direction so you can see. Yeah, that's a very slight amount of opal, but I'm not going to call that colour. Not in the moment. We're not desperate enough to call that colour yet. But we've got this one. Here we go. Can you see that? There you go. Zooming right in, you can see that nice chunk of colour there. Right, I'm going to pop that over there. This is where the matrix will be going. presuming it is matrix, of course. Just looking at these pieces for random reasons. Oh, look, there's some colour in that one. All right, good work, random fill. Okay, so roll the dice, chuck. I'm just going with what's stuck to my hand. Nothing. What's this? Well, that is something that I'm interested in, but it's got no colour from the looks of things. But the sun, well, the sun is that. So you get a bit of sun, but you don't get very much. So this is not optimum conditions for checking out Opal, but we'll see. Just for the funs of it, really. I love being able to find something in this allegedly colourless potch. Now, I'll give you an update. I did cut from this pile last night. So the people said there's nothing in this pile. I did some cuts, and so far they've been proved right. I've lost out to them. But don't worry. There's still plenty of opal to go through. And there's still plenty of opal that I've selected out of that. So hopefully we'll be able to get something nice out of whatever they've got. And so I'll still be able to stick it to them yet. Not that it's a competition, but, you know, got to keep things interesting. So far, they're winning. That's basically what we need to remember. So if you've got a team to chant for, there it is. Okay, there's a tiny little piece of colour here. I'll just pop that out. Okay, let's just do a quick chuck. And what I'm doing is I'm just looking as I chuck. What you've got to look for, basically, is like, it's really quick. A little flash will happen and you go, I know there's colour here somewhere. And it happens so fast that your eyes literally do not pick up the colour that happened there. Is that it? No, nothing. Yeah, your eyes literally don't pick up the colour, or at least where the colour's coming from. You just see the flash and you're going, okay, so there's something here. And then you stop what you're doing and you go through the area where you think you saw the flash, and that's when you get to see the opal colour. And the sun's coming out, so stuff is going to start happening. I thought I saw something there. No. There we go. Cool. Found another piece of colour. That's not what we're focusing on, camera. We're focusing on the big thing in the... When I hold something up to you, I presume you need to focus on that, okay? Don't worry, I'll be putting the camera in for a disciplinary hearing later on. In the meantime, let's just get some opal out. Yoink. Thought I saw... Oh, there we go. Once again, there you go. See that nice little piece of colour? Now, this is shell opal, I think, but it's too degraded to really think of it as a fossil. Ah, no. I told you, you see colour and it's too late. I literally put the stuff right on top of the colour that was really, really pronounced. So now I'm going to have a guess it was one of these guys. If not, it's just going to be for next time. Here comes the rain as well. Yay. Don't think it's that. Oh, you win this time, Opal. Rrr. Maybe it's that one. Was it that one? Here comes the sun. Tell us. Out comes the sun. Show me. Show me, yeah, good thing. Come in, spinner. All the other Australianisms that we use. Okay, come on. As you can see, I said we're only going to spend a little bit of time here, and then like one afternoon later. Okay. I've already gotten a few good bits. I think that one will work. Let's have a look. No. So I'm almost ready to just incorporate this new lot in with the rest of the opal. I hear some nice sunshine to tell me the way. There's some colour. That one's colourful. Yoink. Oh, I don't know where to look now. Look at all that sunshine. Okay. I just want one nice bit of sunshine so that I could see something really good. The sun is so brief. Hardly think I'm in Australia at the moment. Okay. Ooh. Well, you... Are you my daddy? Okay, no. Okay. Okay, one more throw, and then we'll just pick up what we've got and go. Right. Oop. Is that one? Please be one. You're not one. Stupid thing. Who'd go for Opal, huh? Good afternoon, Gilly. Just going through the latest batch of Opal at the moment. I've already, pillaged it a little bit. There's the slightest amount of pink there. I don't think it's worth doing. Not at the moment. Unless something really spectacular jumps out at me. Nah. It's all good. Alright. I think I'll just throw these all into the corner again. And then get on with it. Got plenty to do. There's so much stuff. And I'm hoping we're early enough so the audience from the United States of America will be able to join in on this stream. It'll be pretty late by now, but they've had their dinner and they're kind of nice and happy and well fed and I don't know, wanting to watch a stream. What's over here? 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 Bring it right up. Let's have a look. Hello, lizard. There's plenty of them around here. They're water skinks because I've got tanks full of fish sitting around. Right, sun's here, sun's here, sun's here. Quickly. Is that one? Fake one. Oh well. That's it. We're not doing any more. We're not doing any more. I promise we're not doing any more. Promise. The sun gets so bright when I make that promise. Is that one? No. Yeah, but it's only slight. Very, very slight. Not going to bother. Thought I saw something. I hate this. Can't get away. It's like a train wreck. Alright, let's get out of here. Onto here we go. Let me show you what we've got here. For Gilly's sake, we have black opal from Lightning Ridge, which is this guy here. I'll take that out so you can see it. Also got to go fill up the water because we're running out. I can do it from the, yeah. I think we've got enough, so don't worry. So I've got this stuff. I've already documented the weight of all of this material because I'm trying to find out something about opal density. Now there's a few little random stones that are sitting in here, which is kind of cool. I'll just pop these into the bag. Some of these random stones, and I'll show them to you if I can find one. Yeah, this guy. For example, this stone here, that was actually found in my vacuum cleaner. So I've got a whole procedure by which I very carefully go through all of my all of the stuff I clean so that I don't miss out on opals. What's cooking? This. You're lucky that I have a great opal recipe. This guy here is what we call matrix opal, and I'm going to be adding some sugar and water to it and then leaving it for a few days to soak, and then after the soaking it's going to be cooked in the oven for approximately, I don't know, 10 to 12 hours. So it makes a delicious meal. Goes with practically anything except food. So yeah, now I've got this one here. Have a look at this. This was a rub that I bought from someone. They were too scared to have a go, and I can understand that. We're going to have a crack at this one, if you can see the colour. Trust me, any angle except, you know, a camera angle. Unbelievable. This is a really good opal and it doesn't do squat for you. Come on, let's go. We can do it. Oh, there we go. No. Let me wet it again, see if we get something. Can't believe you, camera, sometimes. There we go. From such an oblique angle you can see what it's doing. It's quite a good one. Mostly blues and greens. So, really good. Out we go. put that there. Hopefully it'll just sparkle away. 3 p.m? Yeah, it's 3 p.m. here. Yeah, I thought so. At least I managed to get you before you went sleepy bye-byes. Here's a knobby of interest. You can see just a few little points of light here. This one is documented as a knobby as I got it, but I don't think it's a knobby. I think it's just a piece of seam. This one, that was from my vacuum cleaner, which is hat knobby. This is another alleged knobby, but the thing about it is, hopefully as the sun comes over this afternoon you'll see it, but the top here just flashes a brilliant green. So I'm just checking in the sunlight what each of these guys do. So this guy here, that flashes a nice blue just from the side of the colour bar there. So hopefully when I turn the lights on, everything is going to go. This one here's got a nice sky blue just sitting on top. This one's got colour everywhere, but also sand everywhere, so good luck with that one. Vacuum cleaner opal. This one is a clear opal here. There's a little slight amount of colour, so hopefully we'll reface it and see what happens. I think we better just get on with it because the sun's coming. But you'll see that I've got just a stack of knobbies here. And a stack of vacuum cleaner opals. Yay. These are the vacuum cleaner opals. They're small ones, obviously, because they have to, fit in a vacuum cleaner. I'll get the other ones out quickly. Wow, there's a lot of sunlight here now that I'm away from that Opal Discovery Zone. Another vacuum cleaner opal. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, this is all the stuff I just discovered then. So as you can see, there's plenty to do. And there's plenty more that I've already discovered just in the last couple of days. Have a look over here. It's just the last one day. And believe it or not, there's a bag of opal coming again. Another approximate 1 kilo of opal is on its way. And that approximate 1 kilo of opal last time ended up as 130 grams, which of course is 1.3 and very nearly 3 pounds, I think. So I'm quite happy with this supplier, who's obviously happy with me and is generous enough to give me a whole heap of stuff. So, a lot of mutual love going on here. Just quickly filling up my critical supplies of water. Flies are coming too, so I might bring some fly spray next time. Actually, that storm cloud is going away. You'll start to see some sunlight filter through. So that'll be good. Just checking to see if I've got any random water lying around. Nope. Okay, move this over. You're not random. I'm paying at least a little bit of lip service to the idea that I want the place to be clean and tidy and stuff, so I do try to get the place somewhat clean. But like I said, it's quite a nightmare cutting all this opal, getting all the dust sorted out and all that. It just never ends. Get you two out of the way and then I can sit down and start the opal cutting. It's too, it's alright, the lizard just had a panic attack. Here comes the sun. So, what on earth? Calm down, calm down. Good boy. It's going so hard that the oh, I see. Hang on. One slight problem has occurred, and do I have a spanner to fix it? Perhaps these pliers will do, but I would prefer the spanner. Under here? No. It's been quite amusing recently. That's the end of the story. It was quite amusing. No, it's been quite amusing. I've been trying to find all sorts of things and they just keep going away. Oh well, I'll just have to do it this way. Well, that's no good. I could hand unscrew it. If you can unscrew it with your hand, then it's just not tight enough. Yeah. Hopefully that's good enough for the time being. Until such a time as I find that where that specialised tool has gone, which is around here somewhere, we'll just have to keep tightening it with the pair of pliers. It's not quite appropriately tight, but that's okay. Let's get on with it. Now the wax heater is going. Well, what I'm calling a wax heater is going. We'll see if that actually works. If it does work, that means at the moment it's time to dop it, I will literally grab a stick, like said stick here, give it a bit of a cut, like so. And then dop with it. And yeah, I'm cutting them a little bit short so they can fit into this little arrangement that I've got, which is a little bit shorter than what I used to use, but I think it's better in the long run. It means you could just get them into the doobies. I've just cut a few spares so that we were ready to go. And I'll cut this end off because, well, if you've ever spiked yourself with a kebab stick whilst you're cutting opal, people will really wonder what you're up to. Okay. Okay, there we go. 3 dop sticks ready to go. And hopefully an opal to put onto the dop stick. So I'm just going to take the back off. Well, we might get to the colour when we're taking the back off because this, I can already see it. I'm wondering whether the supplier of said opal actually already tried to cut it from this angle or tried to slice it off. Whether it's a piece of seam opal and not a knobby at all. But as you can see, let's just zoom in. Yeah, I think, yeah. Sorry, I'll just do this first. You can see that colour there. Yeah, I think that the rain, it's patchy, it's on and off. I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest. Interesting, quite solid for Lightning Ridge, which I'm assuming this stuff is. But we'll see. Getting through that sand layer now, which is probably why they gave up on it. They're sitting there going, I don't think this is going to resolve into anything good. And having said that, what we've got here is we've got to be a bit cautious, but there's nice nice opal just sitting there. I'll also go from this side just to see, because we've got to make it back anyway. One part of this opal has to be a back. There's an awful lot of colour showing through. Certainly hope that somebody's trash is going to be another person's treasure today. Oh wow, okay. There's a bit of sunlight just beside me, and the moment I turn it to the sun, it just goes bling. Good, I cut that bling off. We didn't want that, did we? Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to very carefully excavate this bit out. It so happens that the bling is next to the sand. We should be used to that kind of phenomenon. Look at that, yes. Check that out. So I think that if we cautiously go through this, we might be able to get something out of it. I'm going to go up this side now. And I'm going to just carve in along here. But I'm going to carve this bit off. If there is no other opal there, it's just going to go straight off. It'll just be an encumbrance. But we'll see what we can actually make of all of the supporting structures. We've got to kind of adapt the rest of the opal to what we've just found here. Once again, I'm just very carefully mining along the colour and the sand. More sand there, which I'm going to have to get to, so let's just nothing so far, just checking. No, so far it's just sand, so let's go this side. Once we've got ourselves a nice face, we'll see if we can do something with it, whether we need to cut it in half or do things to it. But at the moment, my goodness, this is just wow. At the moment, it's an incredi stone. A hyperbo stone. Just going to cut off here. Basically what I was before it snapped, of course, I was gauging how much opal could make a small gem if there was actually opal all the way through it, and that's the calculation that told me to cut there. Sadly there was no extra opal to worry about, but what I'm seeing is I'm seeing kind of a diagonal line here, so what I'll do is I'll cut along this axis, because I reckon that eventually we'll have an axis where the opal will start to become precious, which is not that one. Okay. I'm just checking it in the sun because I may have to face it a bit too. So I've got that possibility sorted out in my head. May have to cut this in half as well because there is a bit of alright. And I saw that. Have to push you back in, won't I? Okay, we've got some colour there. Have a look at you. What are we going to do this side? We'll see. That sort of made it easier, but I'm not happy with the way it made it easier because the colour came off. I think I'm going to have to slice it along this side, and just for those who have noticed, the blade is starting to move again. So hopefully as I'm doing this, I'm going to spot where I put that spanner. it's really moving hard. So I'm just going to stop that. We've got some good opal, so we're not going to play silly buggers with it. So far, we've got this. Now that is a nice chunk of opal. Nice, lovely chunk of opal. I'll leave that here whilst so you can gaze upon it and wonder what I'm going to do with it as I just readjust my set. You know what I might be able to do as well, just because I've got the equipment here, I might be able to just instantly dop it. I think it's not a bad idea. It is a bad idea because I need to just get this bit flattened out a bit further before I do any dopping. So back to the original plan, which is essentially finding the spanner and fixing it up. Not there, not there, not there. It's like a C-Spot Run cartoon. Is it under here? No, it isn't. Try under the bed. I wonder if other people in other countries know who Spot is. Oh well, just have to use this. Or is it in here? No, it's not in here. Okay. Alright. I wonder why it's suddenly just going nuts. It's not that spanner. Exactly. No. No. I keep saying I'm going to go and just use the spanner, but I just want to make it work. I'm going to bring this out so that I can work on it properly. Come on, you can do this. We rehearsed this before. I know we rehearsed it with a spanner. I understand that, but you've got to improvise. You've got to be good, improvisational and stuff. I'm sure the thing understands. But what I will do, now that I've gotten that working again, I can see where the colour's coming from now, so I'm just starting to do the shaping. And I know we're not going to get much joy from this side. Well, possibly. The opal might dictate a different course of action. So we just go like that. That's probably as good as we're going to get from that perspective. Now that I've done that, I'll just try and get this guy on board like so. Right. Now, the other thing that I've got, oh, there's some sand here, so I'll just get rid of that. How's that all looking? Admirable, I think so. Admirable or generalable? In general, yes. Okay, so far we've got this. That's really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick the opal onto the heater so that it's all nice and well warm. There we go. And then let's get that over there. Oh, it's heating up nicely. Just drying it out a bit more. Yeah, because I usually use a fire to dry out and heat up the opal, and so there's a little bit of a question of how does this work? You will find it. And at what temperature will it work? Who knows? Bit messy to start off with. I'll probably get this technique sorted out eventually, but seeing this is the first time I've done it, might be a bit dodge. So, let's see how well this thing sticks onto the Opal. What I'm just doing is I'm getting rid of the excess wax. Well, I think in theory this is a better system. It might not work in practice though. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do half Opal, half wax. Angle it back so that I get everything right. How's it all looking? Not bad, not bad. Don't worry about this. Yeah. Worry about the orientation of the stone though. Any stone done in a hurry is a bit of a problem. We'll get there. You know, only at the cost of maybe 1 or 2 opals that are worth thousands. Well, considering the fact that I'm using a new technique and everything, it's not actually doing that bad. What's it looking like? So I'm looking at it myself and trying to get all the excess wax off it at the same time. Alright, it's, you know, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. There's certainly things I could have done better here, but, you know, not too bad. One thing I am going to do now is I'm going to put this away and we'll do it on the sandpaper later. Not right now. In the meantime, there's actually plenty more opals that we can do. So let me have a look. The sun is now nearly shining directly on all of the opal. And I can see that this guy is just waiting for some fun to happen. Hopefully this will just come straight out. Just got to be a bit gentle with it. What have we got? It'll either come straight out or come straight off because, wow. Okay, we'll try this side. Seeing there's blue on this side, there's got to be like some strike through. Well, this is very picturesque. It's very picture stony. There's some green coming through. I think that clear, oh no, that clear stuff is actually good, but because it's a bit uneven, I'm going to have to, you know, carve it off. Looks like it's telling me it wants to be a triangle. Why do you want to be a triangle? So the opal has been very uncooperative. It's only telling me what it wants, not why it wants it. But that is evidence it doesn't necessarily want to be a triangle. Those edges were just too thin for anything to be considered, really. Too thin for consideration. Now tell me, is that sand going to go all the way through, or is it going to stop somewhere? Seeing where you're doing that, I'll just straighten this guy out. I'm not as concerned about the destruction of the green on it now. and you never know, something better might show up. We do have quite the dilemma which side to use. I think the top side is still better. So I am making an executive decision that is going, this other side is getting a bit trimmed back. Because there's green, but there's also sand, so you can't have the sand. That white will still be there. It's not exactly the favoritist colour of everyone, but you know, what can you do? That white up there might have to go. I'm not going to mourn its loss. Well, look, bad, then good, then bad, then good, then bad, then good. It's one of those, a Macbeth opal, a fair and foul. I'm going to cut that white right off. It's a picture stone, yes, but I'm going to get rid of it. Let's see if there's any colour underneath that. Maybe a little bit. Well, in reality, it was mostly just that green sitting there in the corner, but that's okay. Okay, so it's just got a little bit green in the corner. I'll consider whether to shorten it later, but in the meantime, it's all right. Let's do another knobby. I'll see if I can find a nice one. This isn't one that's nice so much as I'm curious as to what's underneath the top here. There's just this band here. There's nice black and there's white sand, so let's see what happens. After this, we might even do one of the new opals. Maybe even the ones we just found. Ooh. You can see that piece there. I haven't done that bit. That would have been the people who sold it to me, just quickly cutting it with nippers to see what was underneath. They were looking for opal at depth. They only saw just a smattering on the surface and said, nah, we're selling this in our knobbies without colour section. May well have been right to do so. Let's have a look. So what I'm going to do now is just turn it into a cab. At the moment it's just cab practice unless something really nice jumps out at me. And I don't want to leave the knobbies on this note, so I'll grab another one. It'd be funny if sorting out the back reveals an amazing piece of opal. Don't hold your breath though. I did that side because it was the best chance. So if this one actually shows up with colour, it just means that I'm a terrible judge. Alright, so at the moment we just got pretty nondescript black. That'll make a good doublet backing, so I'm not particularly worried. but not particularly opal-esque. Let me have a look around here and see what we've got. That's a nice piece of very, very thin opal. Should I use that? Shouldn't use that, I need to dop it all up. I suppose I could dop it. Funny thing is that now I'm doing a live stream, this is technically not talking to myself, which is, you know, good for my assessment of my own mental health. Actually, I'll do this one. Just a few little lumps of colour specking out here. Now, just so you know, this usually never ends well. That colour usually never resolves properly, so don't usually never. That's an interesting way of putting it, isn't it? Usually never. Yeah, the colour typically does not resolve. That's why it's in the bargain bin. But I love playing numbers. Just putting my glasses on because a piece of opal flung up at me. Also, they magnify. But primarily, it was safety that I'm doing this. Just tacking into that sand to see what there is. Because I'm not particularly seeing anything good, I'm not worrying too much about what shape it's going to take, in case you're wondering why it's looking pretty haphazard. The moment I see something good, like this bit here, for example, I start paying greater attention. Interesting. Yeah, probably the best option. What I'm doing here is basically hedging the bets. If there is actually good opal underneath there, cutting into it will find it better than just grinding it away to nothing. So this is an interesting situation. So I'm going to sit there and literally go along the sand . Sand still there? Right. So I can see where the sand goes now. It's a fairly specific cut I'm making, because that's what it was doing. So let's just go and I'll carve this bit off as a carve. Now there was a little bit of sand, bit of opal sitting around, but I wasn't too concerned because it needs to be an awful lot more opal than what I was seeing before, you know, I start really improving the stone and getting the cut around it and blah 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 blah, blah, blah. Words, basically. I'm curious as to what's going on with this stone. I'm trying to figure out if there are any areas that can actually be exploited. It's looking like, from my angle here, there's just bits that threaten to produce opal and then they just go away. That's why I'm still persisting with this. Right. So, we've gotten rid of all of the things that are of interest. Colour, sand, interest. You too can cut a boring stone. So this will just be a piece of black potch. I may as well just quickly turn it into a chunk of black potch. There are a few things which I can double it with, so this won't be a complete waste of time, especially if that resolves into something. Lovely. Alright, let's have a look at this bit, which is a slightly more... Oh, I'll look at this bit too. I'll show you that in a second. Okay. Okay, this is annoying, we're going to have to do it. You'll see why in a second. I think that gives you a better idea of what's going on here. So right, oh, I've got some sand on there. So let's do that again. You can see just a nice bit of colour just there. So let's give it a bit of... If this comes good, I'll be really happy because it really didn't look like it was going to do anything. Nice, thank you for doing that. Really appreciate it. How frustrating. Still didn't get any more out of this. Sometimes you just get this tiny little patch of opal that just sits. You don't even know which way it's facing. Try and see if there's anything that will show through to the bottom. Probably not, but we'll see. way I describe this kind of opal is probably underdone by a few million years. So probably, if it was given a bit of a chance, it might have been able to grow into a nice piece of opal. Or maybe the process stopped, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to stop there because it's just not a thing. Looks nice, but what I did was I cut from the wrong side, and that means that it might go... Yeah, it's just getting smaller and smaller. I'll put that down to me ruining it, but I mean there wasn't really much to ruin, so not all that concerned. The thing is that I'm prepared to take a bit of a risk on the opal if it's going to produce big results. This is just a little chunk that came off the top. Because I've cut off a few little pieces of black potch for doubleting, I'm thinking maybe I could. No, not enough. Alright, so put you away, put you away, put you away. Now, this guy is of interest just because there is a lot of colour just sitting around, but there's also a lot of sand, so it depends on where this sand ends and where the colour begins. Welcome to Dr. Phil's sand mining operation. This is wood opal again. That's not an obby, it's wood opal. Alright, time to go in. Well, we're getting something. Be nice if this resolved out. It even has a small stain. At the moment it's looking like only being about a carat or so, but if it does, then I'm happy with a carat. Because it's a nice black opal. If it's a good colour, wall to wall, you know, $300 odd. Nothing to sneeze at. There's something nice happening here. I just don't know if there's enough nice going on. I'll show you in a second. Right. Let's zoom in on it. We've got a bit of water to deal with, haven't we? So let's just see if we can angle the water elsewhere. Is that good enough? No, probably not. Where is the... Still a bit. Is it on the actual camera lens maybe? Haha. It was too. Some water had made it all the way in. Interesting. Okay, here we go. So, still try and get all of that going. We've got some window cleaning I'll have to add to the... Honestly, anyway, back we go. So, here's what I was trying to show you in the first place. See that? I think I've said enough. Back we go. Back we go. Back we go. Back we go. Oh, come on. There we go. So what's going on here? Where is the... So it's that spot there. What is... It's literally just re-offending right here. So let's see, why is it re-offending? Move it back. There we go. Alright. So now that I've gotten the technical issue solved, you can all come back. I'm carving this down just in case it's more than just that, but I don't think it is. So off that comes, and of that entire knobby, this is the entire bit that's left. Of course it is. But having said that, it's a nice one, you know, maybe $100 worth. I don't know. I'm an optimist. Have to get rid of the sand, and once the sand's gone, well, that's most of the opal. But what I can do now is I will just adjust the opal in my hand grip, and I will gently take off this corner here, and gently, there's a piece of sand right in where the colour is, which is a bit annoying, but we'll deal with it. No, don't do that. Gee. Just accidentally went and dropped the opal right across the face of the blade, right across the face of the opal. That was not a good thing to do. But that's why doppings are thin. So I'll just quickly get this back sorted out so that I don't have to make mistakes like that again. So this will be 0.25 of a carat, if that, by the way. Grab stick. Now this time around what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the stick down because it's a very small opal. See everything on this channel, opals, lathing. So what I'm also going to do now is just gently heat this wax stick because I need it to actually dry. I can't have a wet stick with wax on it. Should dry relatively quickly because, well, this wax is hot. It's looking good. So I'm just going to quickly put this opal on in its tiny form. There we go. How are you keeping tiny opal? See if it comes off. It seems to be fairly secure. So here we go. We're not done with the sand apparently. Well, one way of describing this opal is cute. Another way, of course, is minuscule. Another way again, worth doing because it is quite a good opal, even though it's quite small. Alright, that's all I'm going to do of it. So that's going in. I might do some of the sanding steps today if you want to see that. But first things first, let's get a real corker of an opal out. Just have a look what's under here. Now the thought in my head is that this green bit should not be ground away. So what I'm going to try doing is, the moment I realised it was just that, I thought it'd be madness to just cut through it. So cut it off. Hopefully I can clean it all up. I think I can. I think you're going to realise that if I notice something's working, I'll very quickly adopt it. Whoops, dropped the stove. Drying it again. Because of quick adoption, I'm going to actually go and do another thing as well. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to continue with this stone. I'm going to continue with this stone here, right? So we're going to go back, and I am going to cut this where I think it needs to be cut. I've seen this opal pattern before. I'll cut just a little bit further, and then I'm going to cut in, and in the hope that there is actually opal underneath other layers. So what's going on here? That's a likely no to that scenario, but that's okay. Sometimes it faces a weird way. You can definitely see that on this corner. It's doing like that. Very interesting. It's got something to do with that white line, I do believe. I could be wrong, but there's a white line running through there. Yeah, all good, Gilly. So, what are we going to call this? We're going to say this guy actually... I'm just angling it a little bit differently to where the face is at the moment, because I think that's necessary for this particular stone. I think that's the kind of angle we need. And now I'm going to dop it up. There we go. Even a bit further. Is this insanity? Possibly. Okay. Time to dop it. And then after I've dopped this one, because I'm not going to do any further work with it, I will actually go and do some of these new Kubapedi stones. They look rather interesting to me. Oop, there it goes. Fortunately, now that I've got this thing, I can get it back on. Quickly, slippity split. Well, sort of quickly split because it got wet. Yes, I'll get it on. No trouble. One of the major pains is doping opals. So getting myself a system which is actually able to very quickly get the opal dopped is a boon, even if the doping process is a little bit funky. I may show you eventually, but I don't want to have this anywhere near water because it's electric. So eventually I'll figure out a way to make it all easily accessible, but for the time being I'm making a choice of, just watching a spinning blade for a little while and being safe, or not watching a spinning blade and not being safe. Okay, there we go. Came off again. I don't care anymore. Alright. I wasn't going to do that much else with it anyway. We were going to just dop it and put it onto the other things. So what am I going to do? I'm going to get this one. Have a look at this piece of opal here. As you can see, it's a very thin piece of Kubapedi. I'm just going to take this edge off it. It's probably shell opal. Now I'm making an evaluation as I go. Should I cut it? Should I slice it? Should I just keep grinding it away? Because there's a zone in the middle here which is a little bit interesting. But have a look at the colour so far. Just making an assessment here. I'm going to cut that little bit off. Because I reckon that will make a stone of its own right, and I need to straighten it out like this anyway. That way I've just conserved a bit of the opal, and I'm looking here. I've got a similar problem down here. It's concave, it goes inside here. So I'm just looking at what I can do to fix it. Got to cut the back anyway. So we'll see what the back is doing. So what I'm seeing here about the back is we've got a relatively sturdy, this side here is relatively sturdy, this side is not as sturdy, so what I'll have to do is I'll just have to cut right down there. You're better off with a decisive cut and a stone that's viable than just floundering around in the dark until you get nothing. What we will get as a result of this, however, is a pretty neat stone. As a matter of fact, there is more red to be had, so I'll just cut this bit off again. Whee! Alright. Now this is pretty thin as opals go, but I think it's thick enough to keep, so long as we can keep that piece stable. I think we're good. Right. Yep, seems that this opal cutter has taken an upgrade or two. Ring, ring. Have a look at that. Nice little stone there. Now I'm just drying it so that I can put it onto the dot. It needs to be nice and dry and nice and warm so that it doesn't fall off like the other ones did. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's a bit skewy, hang on. There we go, a bit better. Hopefully it's not going to come off though. Just going to heat the wax on the sides. Hopefully that's a good stick. Alright, here we go. Got it all topped up. That's about as much as I dare do on that piece of equipment. So that's going, I'll show it to you quickly. Nice chunk of opal there, as per usual. There we go. Alright, I'll do one more here, try and find a nice one, and then I will actually try and complete a few of the opals that are sitting on the dock tray. Let's have a look, because there's a few nice little stones that are sitting around. That one's already to be docked, I'll leave that. This one, I think this one. Let's have a look at this guy. There we go. Wonder how will it blend, if you remember that channel, how that would do as a live stream. Here comes the opal. We've got the sand that's coming off. That's looking good. It's funny how this sand, which looks kind of a brown colour, ends up coming off red. Once again, the soil scientist in me can tell you that tells you something about the oxidation state of the sand. There's lots of iron in there. It's converting, if I remember correctly, to iron 3. Amazing knowledge bomb right there. There's iron 2 and iron 3. One is yellow, one is red. And hopefully this sand gets out of there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it off here because I don't think it's going to finish at that point. There we go. Good call, Phil. As a matter of fact, I think I can see where the sand ends. It's just there. Right. Not as big as I'd hope, but hey, not tiny either. Whether to cut, okay, we'll just get rid of that piece of sand first before I make that decision. And that piece of sand there. Right, so what I can do is I can cut along this axis. Make a bit of a triangle. Still of a decent size, about maybe half a carat. There we go. I'll quickly do the back. No, the back's fine. Okay, put that up. Now quickly do another one. Just having a look around for a nice one to do. Nice one to do. So that one. How about you? Are you going to be... Okay, this is a bit of an experimental one. There's another experimental one. Here's another one. Just making a decision on what kind of opals we're going to... Oh, that looks like demonstration piece. That's okay. We've got another. Do you want to try one of these ones again? Let's quickly see if this one will give us the same results. Is the Opal going to be clean through the sand, or is it going to be dirty as all else? We don't know until we cut through. Reminds me of Minterby, but this is definitely lightning. Not lightning rich. It's definitely Cooper Peaty stuff. Look, cracked. Okay, that's an interesting thing to think about, and I'll do the rest of this. Might be a doublet or two. There we go. Well, that was an interesting experiment. It's going to be too thin to actually use as a solid, and you've got to get rid of this stuff on the back before it becomes useful as a doublet. So, wow, interesting times. I think I've got rid of it. Let's have a look. Not bad. All right, this one, and then I'm finishing up. Finally, a nice little solid will happen, depending on what the band in the middle does. It's a nice yellow band. Not a nice yellow band, just a yellow band. It's not a colour bath per se, it's a piece of impurity. But we'll keep it, we'll see what's going on. Basically because the opal is being cut across the grain. That makes it easier. Like that. There we go. Perfect. Well, not exactly perfect. So I made a bit of an error. I was a bit overzealous with one of my cuts, but that's okay. I will fix that up. I reckon that'll be a nice stone, to be honest. If it shows up at all. There you go. Nice. Alright. What have I got here? Got these pieces. Oh, yeah. Just thought I'd have a look at them, see what they did. Very quick. Okay, just looking to see how that will balance out. Might be a bit too thin to be a proper stone, so I will cut off this bit here. This is a problem that always happens. You always find something of colour within them, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. No, in the end you get these tiny little stones. They're worth doing. This is like $50 or so, but you know, you start off with an awful lot more material than that, don't you? There we go. Nice little pointer there. Finally this one, and then I'm just going to, well, first thing first, I'll have a look at the top of this. It's hard to concentrate now because I've been at it for quite some time. Right, there we go. Not really that much to speak of. Not terrible, because there's actually a bit of colour in this corner here. But in order to get to it, yeah, you've got to once again pull out a piece of sand. But that is the deal. With Opal, that is the deal. There is always sand where there's colour. Well, there's always sand where there's Opal, really. Well, I got it out, but was the price too high? Possibly. Alright, putting that down. That was glimmering away there. That was also glimmering away there. I'll just check, see what's underneath this part, just to see if there's nothing else that I haven't missed. Do a proper job on it, so to speak. Nothing, nada, zip. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go over to this one here, turn this off, and I will very quickly put these guys to their sanding paper. Off you go. No, wrong direction. Wrong direction. Hang on, I'm just going to wipe my phone. Much better. I mean, moving into critical water shortage. But we'll very quickly get this. We'll get this one done, and we'll get this one done. You'll see which ones I'm doing. Get this one done, and we'll get this one done, and this one done, and this one. Perfect. Right. Here we go. That's all that one needed. Why is it that no matter what I do, I end up with water on the bit? Okay, let's just push the water down a little bit, see if that helps it. Unbelievable. I need to scotch guard my own pieces of stuff. Right. Here we go. Pop that away. Now this one. Close enough for that one. This one next. This is an old one, an oldie but a goodie. Are you going to consider being in focus at any point in this live stream? Thank you. Not that you're seeing much of that anyway, because it's decided that you don't like it in focus. It likes artsy in the looks of things. When we get to the polishing phase, you'll see some more, so I'll pop that over there. Should I just give it a little bit more zhoosh? Yes, it needs a bit more of a zhoosh. Let's have a look at it now. At least a little bit better. Probably just a little bit more. Normally I can use the close-up feature to help me, but not working. better, but it needs to be. Nearly there, just got to get this little bit of, it's like it's a piece of scuffing. Got to have the right grit sandpaper to do the right thing, and this is the right grit to get rid of the scuffing. And then once it gets a little bit shiny, you then move it over to the 3000 grit. Finally there. Good. So just quickly, now make sure the edges are nice and clean. Right, so there you go. You can see nice little green and black opal. Pretty much a mossy pattern. Sorry I can't zoom in for you because the camera angle's just not working for me. Just try and get that last of the white dots off. Let me have a quick look at that. Do I anticipate any trouble with it? No, I don't. It's just a dot. Pop that over to here. Here's a stone of considerable more interest. It's one of the Kupiti stones. You'll see what I mean in a second, because this is quite a good one. I'm going to tentatively try the zoom in feature because it's probably the only way to get to pay attention. So you can see quite a nice opal there. You can also see what that's a pretty interesting perspective on it, isn't it? I don't know about you, but this is a pretty good perspective with which to guide the polishing process. Nearly up to the next stage. Let's have a look at it. Look. Oh, nice bit of shine there. Still a few lines to get rid of. still got those lines around the side. Let's have a look. That's just from a really brutal cutting session. So I'm just using different parts of the equipment to do the cut for me. Let's have a look and see how that goes. I'll try and use that as the base on which to go with, because I think we'll get to diminish returns with that. Next one, where are you? Where did I put you? That'll be about right. It's not that one. Oh, sure, I put you just down here. Yep, that's where I put you. So, hang on, trying to find it. There we go. Yay! Right. Okay, nice and gentle. That's interesting. There's a little bit of a divot taken out the back there. Hopefully I can do something about that. I think we're still good. Don't like that divot. Try and get rid of that. Still there. Going, how deep is that divot? Because that's really going to has the potential to ruin your day. Yeah, I know, I cut it just after you left. Oh well. But the problem I've got, of course, is the divot here. Hopefully I can mitigate it. No, it's getting there. Nearly. Come on, you can do this. That's a lot of grinding I've had to do to get that divot sorted. Let's just get you a little bit more specific. I'm just using the edge here. I'll be back onto the... I may as well zoom up so you can see what I'm doing. I'm doing this with more gentle sandpaper than I normally use, and the reason for that is It's a nice stone and I don't want to accidentally break it. I'm confident enough to start getting the shape right. Well, don't see that every day. Where did it go? In here somewhere. But into a tiny... I heard... it's broken. No, that's not it. That's lucky. For a moment I thought it was. Is that over there? Let's see. Yoink, yoink. Oh, dagnammit. I'll find it eventually, but I think that's that done for the time being. How annoying. It's in here somewhere. It's in this generalized region. Not there. I heard it hit a piece of metal, and this is the only piece of metal that I could imagine it hitting. Alright, let's go say hi to the animals. Yoink. Why, hello there. Well, you got to see me cut something and then lose something and then, you know, all the things. So, kind of happy. How have you been going, Loki? Let's have a look at your leg. Cool. Stuff has grown back, which is good. Going to give her another treatment. There you go. Come on, silly thing. There we go. Nice, scratchy boo. Yeah, all right, I'm coming, Max. I'll be back, Loki. I'll be back. Now I'm going to prepare the dinner and all that sort of jazz. Got still one child lying around here somewhere, as well as all the other animals. Hello, Max. Do you want a scratchy poo? Yes, you do. There you go. That's the pin feather material that comes off them. Yes, you did. Should have heard him last night, Gilly. Midnight. You said that your parrot's a bit loud? There we go. All right. I'm absolutely exhausted from that, but I enjoyed myself a bit anyway, up until the point where I looked a bit too careless with the Opal, because it was my fault that it flew off the dot. Hey, Pony. It's funny, if you have a look at them, like their necks are tiny and their heads are not that much bigger. So, yeah, I know. So it's sometimes really weird to just grab them by the head because they like it. Don't worry, they enjoy that. You can see that, but you know, it just feels a little weird. They really are dinosaurs, basically. Yeah, yeah. It's one of those things. I'm not sure that a negative reinforcement actually works. So, I'm not blaming you for doing it. I'm thinking about how I do it. Like basically, I give them a lot of praise whenever they make a small noise, don't I? If you make a small cute noise, you get the praise and you get the pats and stuff. And you're not going to explain that, are you? Are you? Yes, no, maybe. No, not going to explain it to us. Just going to sit there looking cute, are you? Staring competition. Who will win? I'll walk backwards, see what happens. Do you want to scratch? No, just happy to talk to me. All right. Well, I suppose that's the opal cutting over for a little while. Oh, good time to flip the thing around. So, oh yes, it's okay. Looking after birds is hard, mate. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me on my opal journey. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe on your way out. Either way, have a lovely day. Dr. Phil out.